Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. This is Daniel with Witch 1982, and I decided to do the 77 community witchy tag questions. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. I may have to make 2 videos, but we'll see. Question number 1. Do you use runes as a written language? I do not. Do you feel you have natural gifts? This is number 2. Such as premonitions, hearing spirits, and if so, do you think this is what led you to your path? No, it is not what led me to my path, but yes, I do see spirits and hear spirits. Number 3, what deity do you work with, and if any, why? I work with Lou and Bridget, and the reason why is that's who I feel connected to. Number 4, have you always worked with the same deity? No, I, up until just recently, I just worked with the goddess and the god. I didn't work with any deities. Number 5, do you use any personal items in your practice, such as blood, semen, tears, urine, etc.? Generally, no. If need be, I will. I do use spit in witches' jars for protection. Number 6, do you do past life readings, or have you ever had one done? Who were you and how did you die? I do not do past life readings, and I have not had any done. When I became a teenager, I became terrified of fire trucks. Don't know if this has anything to do with a past life. Who knows? Number 7, what is your favorite magical tool? My mind. The mind is a great thing. Number 8, what is a song type of music that gets you into a witchy mood? I've got to say anything Ozzy Osbourne gets me into a witchy mood. Sorry about that, it went all the way down to the bottom of the questions. Where is the most magical place you have ever been? That's got to be Cass Railroad in West Virginia. It's in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's a very magical place. I just absolutely adore it there. Number 10. What animal is your familiar, if any? I have one dog that when I am working magic or doing anything at my altar, she has got to be there. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out if she is actually a familiar or not. Number 11, if you have a familiar, did you choose them or did they choose you? I believe that you do not choose a familiar, I believe they choose you. That's my opinion. Number 12, what in the craft are you best at? Tarot, spells, ritual? I have to say spells, because I started writing all of my own spells, and thus far in my practice, all of my spells have worked. Now, I'm sure I'm going to have failed spells, but thus far, the spells that I have done have all worked. Number 13. What in the craft would you say you're weaker at? Anything to do with astrology. Number 14. What is your most favorite part of your craft? Spell writing, divination, etc. I'm going to say my spell writing. Number 15. What is the first purchase tool you ever got? That would be my Athame, and it was actually a letter opener, and I still use it to this day. Okay, number 16. What was your first homemade tool for your practice? That would be my wand. 17. What are your feelings on raising kids in the craft? Personally, I don't have any kids, but I don't see anything wrong with it. Number 18. If you were a goddess or god, who would you be? I'm going to say the deity that I work with, Lou, because he was a multitasker, done many, many things. Do you use astrology in your practice? In what ways? I really don't use astrology per se. Astrology is not a strong point of mine. Number 20. What, if any, ways could you practice dark magic and still respect the beliefs of Wicca? Well, I am going to say it's got to be protection. If someone is attacking you and your family, by all means, I believe, do what you need, what is necessary to protect yourself and your family. Number 21. Do you have any witches in your family? I have to say I don't believe so. Number 22. What item can you not witch without? That would be my incense. I always have it going. Number 23. What is your favorite Sabbath or time of year? Probably, definitely my favorite time of year is going to be the fall. Favorite Sabbath, I don't really have a favorite, but my favorite time of year is definitely fall. Have you ever had a YouTube burnout? No, I've just started my channel. I watch YouTube videos constantly on a daily basis. I've never had a YouTube burnout thus far. Number 25. What is your favorite witchy shop, and do they have an online store? The area that I live in does not have any witchy shops at all. The closest is probably 2 hours away, so I can't really say I have a favorite witchy shop. And I couldn't tell you if they have an online store because I don't have a favorite witchy shop. Number 26. When buying witchy items, do they choose you or do you choose them? It depends. Sometimes they choose you, sometimes you choose them. For me. Number 27. How do you organize your herbs or ingredients? Well, I keep them in drawers underneath of my altar as of right now. Number 28. Do you have interest in other deities that you don't work with? If so, which ones? Probably, I'm going to say, for me, interest in maybe Pan and Isis. Number 29. Do you have a favorite time of day to do spell work, and if so, why? Don't really have a favorite time I do spell work. Any time of day or night. It just depends. Number 30. Are you solitary or do you work within a coven? I am a solitary witch. Number 31. If you could pick a certain witchcraft tradition that fits your practice most, what would it be? Druid, Celtic, Wicca, etc. Well, I'm going to say probably eclectic. I'm all over the place, really. Still trying to find my path, so. Number 32. What was the most creative spell you have ever done? What did you use? Well, I'm not really a very creative person, so I'm going to switch this question up and say my least creative spell was done with some writing on a piece of paper and a candle. Number 33. What do you prefer for divination? Tarot, oracle, runes, and why? Definitely my runes. That's what I feel connected to. Number 34. What are some ways you keep yourself grounded? Listening to certain music, meditation, and just spending time outdoors. Spending time outdoors is my biggest way that I keep grounded. Okay, sorry about this. There's so many of these. Trying to see which one I'm at is not that great. Okay, number 35. Have you ever had a spell go horribly wrong? I have to say, thus far in my practice, I have not had any spells go horribly wrong. Number 36. What are your opinions on initiation rituals? If you feel that's what's right for you, by all means, do an initiation ritual. It's all what feels right to you. Number 37. Have you ever had full contact with your deity, and if so, what happened? I have not had full contact with my deity that I work with, either one of them, but I have had full contact with the goddess, and it was a very awesome experience. Just felt full of love and happiness and tingly all over, and just it was amazing. Number 38. What about you is unwitchy? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say everything about me is witchy, so I really don't know. Number 39, for the dating witch, how do you tell a new love interest that you are a witch? Just be straight up and honest. That's my opinion. Let's see. 40, who is a past witch that has inspired you, whether famous or not? I really want to say it's a past witch because this person is still doing well, but it's definitely got to be the Lady Grave Dancer. Once I've started watching her videos, she is a big inspiration to me. I thank her from the bottom of my heart. She's just been a great inspiration. Number 41, how do you handle rejection from a fellow witch that refuses to do a reading or spell for you? Just, move on to someone else that will. Number 42, do you think it's necessary to cast circle when you do spell work or any magical workings? I do not cast circle a whole lot. There is certain things, rituals that I do cast circle, but most of the time I do not cast circle for spell work. It just doesn't feel right to me. So, things that it feels right to me, I cast circle. If it doesn't feel right, I don't cast circle. And to you, you may feel it's necessary at all times, and that's fine. 43. If Steven Spielberg called and wanted to make a movie of your life, who would you want to play as you? Myself. 44. What is some advice that was given to you that you pass along because it made an impact on your path? Be yourself and do what feels right to you. Number 46. Where do you buy your herbs? Some of them I buy in the regular grocery store. Ones that you can't find in the grocery store, I have a earth-based grocery store here that has loose herbs and all that I can get from there as well. 47. How do you feel casting your first circle? Silly, scared, stumbled, etc. Wasn't scared. I felt silly and just was worried about doing something wrong. 48. What was your first successful spell? The very first successful spell that I ever done was the one that I mentioned in the previous comment. 49. What is your general practice for meditation? Listening to soft music and incense. Incense is a big one for me, and it's got to be dragon's blood. Are you, number 50, are you a day walker or night comer? I am definitely a night person. Number 51. How and when did you know you wanted to be on this path? Was when I was a teenager.